Hello and welcome to How to Play Pop Melodies. Today we are going to get into the holiday season and learn how to play Jingle Bells. So for this version of Jingle Bells, this is an easy version, and I am going to show you how to play the main part of the right hand. And then I'll show you how to play a simple left hand part that you can add if you wish. So the first thing we must do is figure out which position the hand will be in. Once we find this position for the right hand and the left hand, we will stay in that position. And that makes it a little bit easier once we know the position. So we are going to find C position. To find C position, we first need to find, well, the C note. If you've watched some other videos, like the Star Wars video, you have discussed the C note. We've discussed the C note. We've learned about the C note. The C note is the note that's right before the set of two black keys. So there are my set of twos. And the C note is right before the set of two, the white key right before the set of two black keys. So if you ever wanted to find a C note on the piano, just locate the set of twos and play the C right before the set of twos. And that gives you a C note. So we have a bunch of C's on the piano. But the C that we are going to use is going to be middle C. So the set of two, that's right in the middle of your keyboard, will give you the C note, the middle C note. And what I would like you to do is to use your thumb on the middle C. So in piano, the thumb is finger number 1. And if the thumb is finger number 1, that means the pointer is finger 2, the middle is 3, the ring is 4, and the pinky is 5. Once we find the middle C, and we put our thumb on that C, finger 1, then we will have each finger lay on its own key. So that means the D note, which is in between the set of two black keys, we will play that with finger 2, which is the pointer finger. Finger 3 will lay on the E. Finger 4 will lay on the F, and finger 5 will lay on the G. The pinky will be on G. This is called C position. So this is the position we will need for Jingle Bells. So let's start breaking down this piece. We're going to start with finger 3, the middle, on the E note. And we're going to play it like this. Can you count how many times I performed that E note? Let's count together. 1, 2, here we go. So I played that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I played that E 6 times. So that's the very beginning of Jingle Bells. We go. We repeat that E note, and we play it a total of 6 times. So, bum, 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 jingle bells. Right? That's the beginning of Jingle Bells. Right after we play those 6 times, we're actually going to play it one more time. And we're going to go into this next part. So we'll go. So if we break this into 2 sections, the first section is playing that E 6 times. The second section would be starting with that E again, finger 3. And we go 3, 5, 1. And let me add in just another little part to it. We're going to play 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So if we were thinking about our notes on the piano, it would be E, G, C, D, E. All right? And that's the part that sings jingle all the way, right? So we have jingle bells, jingle all the way. That's that part that we're looking at right now. So I like to call this part section 2. Section 1 was... Section 2 is... Super sweet. Let's check out section 3. Section 3, we go to finger 4, which is an F note. And we're going to play it like this. Okay, so let's count how many times we play that finger 4. Did you count how many it was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did that 5 times, and then we played the E note 2 times after it. I'm going to call this part section 3. So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we play the E note 2 times after that. So F, 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 E, E. So that's section 3. Okay, so we have section 1, we have section 2, and section 3. Let's go through each. Section 1 is... Section 2 is... Section 3 is... Okay, so we do that 5 times on the F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that brings us to what I'm going to call section 4. Section 4 starts with another E, and it goes... Whoa. Let's break that one down. Okay, so we start with the E note, which is finger 3. And we're going to play E and then D 2 times, then back to E, then back to D, and then we go to finger 5, which is the G. That pattern, that 4th section pattern, is a little more complicated. So let's check it out again. So we have E, D, D, E, D. If we thought of just our finger numbers, we would go 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. And then after that, we go to finger 5, which is the G. So, that's the 4th section. And that is the first section that we will learn in this Jingle Bells tutorial. All right, so let's go through each section again. So we have section 1. Then we have section 2. Then we have section 3. And then we have section 4. Okay, so if you could practice each section, that would be great. Then try and piece it all together so that it would sound like this. Section 2, Section 3, Section 4, breaking it down into sections can really help learn this first part of Jingle Bells. All right, cool. So if you practice that, that's awesome. Let's add a left hand to it. So the left hand, what we will do is try and figure out which parts of which sections we will add in the left hand. So for section 1, we played this. The left hand is going to also find what we call C position. Now, this is really important. When piano players are looking for different positions, C positions, D positions, and they're also trying to figure out which position to be in based off of which hand they're using, certain fingers are in charge. So I like to think of it as the right hand. If we are finding a certain position, the finger that's in charge is the thumb. The thumb is kind of like the boss. So for example, we found C position today, and the thumb, the boss, was the one that was on the C note. Since the thumb was the boss and found the C note, that told all the other fingers to make sure that they are on their own key. And that's what put us into the position. What put us into the position was having the thumb on the C note. C position, thumb on C. If I wanted to go into a different position, let's say I wanted to go into F position. So this is a C note. If we think of our music alphabet, C, then D, right? Because A, B, C, D, E, F. So there's the F note. But if I wanted to get into F position for the right hand, the thumb, remember, he's the boss. So if the thumb's the boss, that means the thumb will go on the F note. And then all of the other fingers will fall in line. The boss is like telling the other fingers, hey, fingers, get in line. Make sure you're on your notes, right? So the thumb, if the thumb is on the F note, all the other fingers will fall in line, and this creates an F position. So that's something that's really important just to understand in general when learning how to play the piano. So when I'm talking about different positions, I'm talking about where the hand will go. And the thumb is really the key to it all. If I say D position, the thumb will go on D and the rest of the fingers will fall in line. If I say G position, the thumb will fall on G and all the other fingers will fall in line. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I'm getting to. The left hand is different. The left hand, the thumb is not the boss. All right, so when we have the left hand out, the thumb is not going to be the boss. For the left hand, the pinky is the boss. So what that means is if we are trying to find a C position, the pinky has to be the one to find that C note, and then all of the other fingers will fall in line after the pinky. So let's find the C note we will use for Jingle Bells today. We used middle C for the right hand. So for the left hand, we're going to use this C down here. It is a C note, right? Because it's right before the set of two black keys. So that is our C note. Super sweet. So when we're using the left hand, we will have the pinky as the boss. So the pinky is going to be the one that finds that C note, and all of the other fingers will fall in line. And boom, we have our C position for the left hand. The same rule applies if I were to find F position with the left hand. Well, the pinky's in charge, so the pinky has to find that F. So C, D, E, F. There's the F, and all the other fingers will fall right in line. So that would be F position, for example. But remember, we're finding C position. Okay, so we have C position for the left hand. The pinky is on C. And that's actually the note we will start with for section 1 of Jingle Bells. So now we are in position, ready to play the left hand. For section 1, we played this in the right hand. And what we will do is start the left hand at the exact same time that we start the right hand. And the left hand is simply going to play the C note with the pinky. So we're going to play it like this. And that C note with the left hand, we just hold it as we perform the Jingle Bells for section 1. So that's the first part. For section 2, we will actually play another C note. So when I start section 2, I'm going to play that C note in the left hand. So section 2 is this. And the left hand will play with it. Okay, so to add this left hand is not too crazy hard yet, right? So section 1 used the C note with the left hand right at the beginning. Ready, go. Section 2 also uses the C note. Cool. Now, section 3 was the part that went like this. That was the section where we played the F 5 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we went to the E 2 times. Now, when we play this part, section 3, the left hand is going to play finger 2, which ends up being an F note. So we're playing an F note in the left hand while we play a bunch of F notes in the right hand. And they start together at the same time. So section 3 would start like this. Ready, and. Okay? Now that's just the first little part of it. There's one little thing I'm going to add in there that makes it a little bit more difficult for section 3 when adding the left hand. But that's just the first part, so we're going to go. So we will play the F note 4 times while we hold the F note in the left hand. So let's just try that. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is where things get a little tricky. The 5th time that we play the F note for section 3, we will play, the pinky will come back in and play with that F note. So this is what it would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th time that I played the F is when the C note is going to play with it. Let me play that again so you can see how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you continue on with section 3 in the right hand. So that may take some time, and counting is going to be your best friend when you do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is really important for section 3. Let's now go to section 4. So section 4 with the right hand was. A way we thought of that one was 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 5. Okay, so during that part, section 4, we get to play a new note with the left hand. The left hand is going to play a G note. In the G note, we play with finger 1 in the left hand. So this is what it would sound like together. Sounds good with the G note in the left hand, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Cool. So out of those 4 sections, probably the hardest section when adding the left hand is section number 3. So let's review each section. Section 1, the left hand plays the C note while the right hand plays. Put them together, it sounds like this. Section 2 was we play another C note with section 2. And try and hold on to that C note as you play all of section 1 and section 2. Then section 3, this was the hard part, and we have to use our counting. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and as we are playing the F note in the right hand, finger 2 is playing the F note in the left hand. So we put them together, it sounds like this. So we count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, we play F in the right hand, while the pinky plays a C note. And then you continue on with section 3. So all of section 3 sounds like this. Let me do that again with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then section 4. We have the G note in the left hand while we play 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 5. Super sweet. All right, now this is the whole part all together. 1, 2, here we go. So that's how we play the main part to Jingle Bells. It is a simplified version, and we do get the left hand in there. If you can do the left hand, great. If you can't do the left hand, no worries, just keep practicing. Try the right hand first, see if you can add in the left hand. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section below. And like the video if this was helpful for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to receive updates on new videos. For more free piano lessons, check out more videos on YouTube and MrHenrysMusicWorld.com.